almost fell off my chair. Yay, this is going to be so fun. I'm really excited to offer this class. And of course, it will be up forever, so you don't have to practice it live. But I hope you explore it at some point. We're going to be doing some arm balancing today, and also we'll finish up with some chanting per the request. It's just now 10. So arm balances, I actually haven't been able to practice these for a little while because of a shoulder injury. And I did a bunch of PT and my shoulder is getting stronger and I can do these poses again. And it's so, I'm so grateful. I love them. They challenge me and they humble me. And when I do these poses, I feel very present. My mind becomes more still and I'm in the here and now. And it is because I'm very focused on how to do the pose and they're physically challenging. So those two aspects help me be in the present moment. Yoga is all about self-mastery. These practices that we do and tools that we have from the practice are there for us to get to know the self better and be able to have our wise mind in the driver's seat more and more and more of the time. And so we can do this in various ways, develop self-mastery. And one way is through asana. We have this opportunity to explore the sensations in our body and how to move in a way that serves us in the pose that we're in. Welcome, whoever just popped on. So for me, arm balances help me do this. Like, how do I engage in the right way to be able to balance on my hands? How do I breathe? How do I use my effort and my softness? Just the right balance of both to be able to steady myself. And again, it's about, I'm very humbled and challenged, and there's always more to learn and grow with these poses for me. So let's give it a shot. If you have a block, that might be helpful today. You can also use a pillow, it's a meditation cushion, any sort of prop that can help lift your hips up a bit. Books could also be used. All sorts of things around the home that can help in this way. All right, we're gonna start on our back and have that prop with you if you have it. It's totally fine if you don't have it. It's not necessary. And on your back, if you have a prop, like a block or pillow, bend your knees, place your feet on the mat, lift your hips up and slide the block or pillow underneath you, right underneath your sacrum. And do your best here to let your body rest into the earth, kind of like Shavasana. So starting with Shavasana. And once you're here, take your right hand and spread your fingers wide. Press your palm up towards the ceiling. Your left hand takes hold of your fingers and gently draws them back toward your forearm. We'll be on our hands a lot today. And yes, as always, please take care of yourself as you flow, as you move. Now turn your right hand down so palm faces down and left hand gently presses your hand down, your fingers down. I feel this in my forearm, top of it. And do the same thing on the other side. So left palm faces up, right hand draws your fingers back. Your sacrum is still resting on the support under it. And head is resting on the earth.
So balancing on our hands can be good for our hands and wrists and arms and shoulders until it's not. And our body is very, very good at telling us where that edge is. It's a practice of listening to the body to know where that edge is. It's a practice. So palm facing down if you haven't done that. And then circle out your wrists in both directions. Maybe a little shake. Guide your right knee in towards your shoulder. So prop is still under you. It's okay if you don't have one. Left leg can go out long. Some action, muscle energy in your left leg. So with the pelvis lifted can be perhaps a deeper stretch in your left hip flexor. Right knee over to the right. Left hand can encourage your left hip down. And a little tone in your core. Ooh, and that brings in the stretch even more. Bring your knee back to center and switch out your legs. Left knee in toward the left shoulder and right leg out long. Only use what you need to use here. Oh, such a good practice. Use your energy wisely. And that really is helpful when we start to balance on our hands and do arm balances. I used to over-effort. I probably still do. I'm good at over-efforting in all of life. And part of my life lessons, a life lesson is for me to reel that in and become more discerning, knee out to the left, of how to use my energy in a way that serves myself and all. Whew, this is good. A little lift of the pelvis just gets in deeper. Okay, knee back to center. Lower your foot down. Bend your right knee so both feet are on the mat. Lift your hips up and slide the block out. Roll your hips down onto the mat. Interlace your hands behind your head. As you exhale, lift your head and your shoulder blades up off of the mat. Low belly draws in. So in arm balancing, core strength, awareness of core strength is key. Can lift one foot, maybe both. Shoulder blades perhaps lift a little bit higher. Breathe. On your next exhale, twist to your right. Extend your left leg out and hold for a breath. Press your left foot away. Inhale to center. Exhale left. Right leg can go out. Hold for a full round of breath. Inhale to center and then twist as you exhale to the right. Inhale center, moving with your breath. Exhale left, right leg out. Few rounds of that. Keep it going. So we're firing up the core. Practicing the balance of effort and ease. Moving the joints. Opening the hips and shoulders. All helpful in many things. Arm balancing, we'll use those tools today. 2 more to each side. One more-ish. And head down, feet on the mat, arms alongside you. Bridge pose as you exhale, just for about 5 breaths. Even weight in your feet. Maybe your upper arms walk closer in. Definitely press them down. Front of the hips get to open again. Roll your spine all the way down, articulating it. Knees in towards your chest. Make your way to down dog. You can rock forward or roll to one side, and then your feet step back. Plant your hands down. And take some breaths here, exploring here. And our hand position in down dog is very similar to the hand position in arm balances. Fingers are spread really wide. Hands are shoulder distance apart or a bit wider, a little bit wider. What feels best in your shoulders, your hands? And can you notice the earth under your hands? Fingertips can press down. Strong arms. Hips lift up away from your hands. Just a couple more breaths here. Heels reaching toward the mat. So the legs over time get straighter. It's all right if they never ever do. Yeah, and it's not about the pose. So we can be happy and we already are whole and complete and not ever have to master any of these arm balancing poses. Okay? It's how we are. It's about practicing how and who we are when we're in them. Plank pose, shoulders over the wrists. So hands are like down dog. And this pose, plank pose, is a foundational pose for arm balances. Shoulders are over the wrists. It builds strength in the shoulders and core. Is there somewhere that can soften? Just 3 more breaths here. Somewhere in you that you don't need to be directing energy to right now. Unnecessary tension, over-efforting. I giggle at that one because I do it. And I catch myself often. Meet myself with compassion. Like, it's okay. Soften, Kristen. Okay, lower down, all the way down, cobra. Inhale, child's pose. To downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. To downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. One more, plank. Lower, cobra, moving with your breath. Seamless transition, child's pose, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank, side plank. Right hand is your base. Press it into the mat. You can drop your right knee down. It's a great variation. And the arm and side waist make about a 90-degree angle. Might not look like that in my video because of the angle, but it's 90 degrees. And left arm can reach up, legs are strong. Just 2 more there. 2 more breaths. Strong legs. Big reach of the arm. Lower your hand down, down dog or vinyasa. Steady and fluid. Plank, side plank, left hand is your base. Maybe give your right wrist a little roll. Action, love, attention, strong legs. Left hand is slightly in front of your left shoulder. One more breath. Lower your hand down, down dog or vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Look forward to the top of your space. Step or jump your feet to the top, feet hip distance apart. Fold over your legs. You can take hold of your elbows or just let your arms drop. But choose one where you place your arms and know what you're doing with your arms. Head heavy. Spine long. Might feel good to wiggle. Lower your hands down. Feet can stay apart or heel toe them closer together. Soften your knees. Inhale, roll up to stand. Head comes last, so you get a good stretch through the back of your neck. All the way up. Mountain pose. Stand tall. Spread your fingers. Stretch your fingers. Exhale, hands together at your heart center. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or jump back and lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Come into this one, feel into this one. What's happening in this down dog? One more breath. Let it empty all the way out. Look forward. Step or jump to the top. Halfway up, inhale. Fold over your legs, exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise up, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands together at your heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Another one, exhale, fold. Surya Namaskar A, honoring the light. Inhale, halfway up. The one in you and all around you. Step or jump back and lower. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. It is a devotional practice. Acknowledging that thing, the something greater, whatever you want to name it as. And it teaches us, like when we practice these arm balances, self-mastery and humbled. Courage, so good. Look forward, step or jump to the top. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Bend your knees a lot. Hips sit low. Arms reach up. Just a few breaths on the first one and then we'll start flowing again. This pose, there's a subtle back bend. Heart up. Glutes active. One more. All the way up to stand. Let your hips open. Front of the hips open. Exhale, fold over your legs. Hands through the heart center. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or jump back. Lower halfway. Or all the way. Cobra or up dog. Check out your hands. What are they doing? Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Back foot turns down. Plant the back foot on the mat. Can have width between your feet, so feet are more hip distance apart. Warrior 1, as you're ready, arms can rise up. Can always lift your back heel into a lunge if this doesn't work in your body. This is a good pose for stretching the calf muscles. There aren't many poses that do that. Down dog a little bit. This one, warrior 1, stretches the calves. Elbow lengthens down. Take 2 more breaths here. Knee over the ankle in the front. About 1 more breath. Exhale, hands all the way down. Down dog or vinyasa. Hands shoulder distance apart or wider. Fingers spread wide. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Back foot turns down. Set up your feet. Check them out. When you feel steady and stable, rise up into warrior one. And breathe here. Create space in the pose. Steady breath. Call it back in, reclaim it. We have that power. We lose attention of the breath or it becomes shallow, we can reclaim it. Exhale, hands to the mat. Down dog or vinyasa. Any variation. Take care of you. Down dog. Look forward, step or jump to the top. Halfway up. Inhale. Fold over your legs. Exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. All the way up to stand, mountain pose. Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway up, inhale. Hands to the mat, step or jump back, lower, exhale. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, back foot turns down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Down dog or vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, back foot turns down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the earth and lower. Lift your heart, up dog or cobra. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Spread your fingers, fingertips root down. Breath empties. Look forward, step or jump to the top. Halfway up, inhale. Spine is long, hamstrings strengthen here. Exhale, fold over your legs. Utkatasana. All the way up to stand, mountain pose. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway up, crow pose. Hands on the mat. Here's our first hand balance. Fingers spread wide, okay? Hands on the mat, shoulder distance apart or wider. You can use your prop underneath your feet. We'll be here for a few breaths so you can come in and out and play with it. This can be helpful for finding that sweet spot, the balancing spot, your feet starting on your block or your pillow. Lift your hips, but not so high that you topple forward. So hips lift, and then spine rounds like cat pose. Knees up on your upper arms. And the block gives you a little lift, so it's easier to get higher on the arms. And then play with lifting one or both feet. You can come right back down. If you're tipping forward, chances are the hips are going too high. So think about lowering your hips a little bit and lifting your belly button and your shoulder blades spreading apart. And your heels up. Okay, step or jump back. Watch out for your block. Lower chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Right leg lifts. Couple breaths there. Knee over to your right shoulder and hold for 2 breaths as high as you can. Knee as high as you can. There it is. Down dog, right leg up. Exhale over to the left. Hold for a couple breaths. Shoulders stay over your wrists. Sometimes they'll go one side or the other. Shoulders stay right over your wrists. Down dog, right leg up. Exhale, knee into your nose. Step forward between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Hands come together at your heart center. Press your hands into each other. Twist to your right. Exhale. Guide your thumbs towards your sternum. Encourage your spine to twist. Don't force the spine to twist. Can you notice the difference in the energy there? And back knee can lift if you'd like. Take a few more breaths, working with it. Maybe open the arms or any variation, exploring and crafting and creating your art. One more. All the way out, hands to the mat. Down dog, right leg goes up. You can shake it out, move it for a breath or two. And cross your right leg behind your left, the back of the mat. Walk your hands to the very back. Fold over your legs and breathe. Breathe. You can walk hands to one side or the other. Find a good stretch there. Find a good something. Bend your knees a lot. Legs turn into eagle. Left leg is over the right. Hands to your hips. Lift your chest up. And sit your hips low. Hug your inner thighs together. Arms reach out in front of you. Left arm goes underneath. You can hold your shoulders or bring your hands together. Shoulder blades spreading apart on your back. Sit your hips low. And eyes on one thing. Here's another pose, like hand balances. For me, this pose is super presencing. The physicality, the breath, attention required to keep me balanced, helps me stay right here and now. Reach your arms up, left knee floats up level with your hip. Hands to your heart. Standing splits, tip forward, and hands to the mat. If you have your block or pillow, it can help bring the earth closer to you. If you like that support. And just a couple breaths. I am using the wall with my left foot, pressing against it. It feels really good and helps me with alignment. It's amazing what support can offer when we allow ourselves to receive it. Left leg lifts, you can shake it around, move it. Knee over to your left shoulder. Hold for 3 breaths. Hold. Up as high as you can. Inhale, leg up, down dog. Exhale, over to the right. Hold. And leg up. Downward facing dog. Knee to your nose, step forward. Back knee down. As you inhale, arms can reach up. If there's something better way to place them today for you, then you get to do it. Hands to your heart, twist left elbow outside of your thigh. And press your arm and leg into each other.
That offers stability in the pose. Maybe lift your back knee. Back leg straight and strong. Breath deep. Just a couple left here. Crown of the head forward, forward, rather than the chin. Hands to the mat. Down dog. Left leg goes up. Left leg crosses behind your right. Walk your hands to the very back of the mat. Fold over your legs. Find a good stretch here. Hands back to center, eagle legs. Outer hips hug in, inner thighs hug in. Hug your sitting bones towards each other so your glutes fire up. And then add in your arms, right arm under. Knees point forward. Wrap around your central channel, that line of energy that runs through the center of you. Last breath. Untangle, standing on your left leg, right knee up, arms up. Tall. Hands to your heart. Standing splits, tip forward, hands down. And here for a few breaths, right leg as high as you can, keeping your hips square. It's not about the pose. Remember that. May we remember that. And if we forget, may we remember. Once we've forgotten, right leg lifts, knee into your nose, step forward between your hands, turn your back foot down, warrior two on your breath in. Build the pose from your feet up, foundation up, knee over the ankle. As you're ready, arms can reach out. And circle the wrists here slowly in a way that feels nourishing. In both directions. Circling your wrists. Exploring range of motion. Right palm up, reverse warrior. Left hand lightly touches your back leg. Back to warrior two. Extended side angle, forearm on your thigh. You can always use your block under your hand. Well, that's nice today. I feel something different. It's always something new to find. I love that part of this practice and expansion of consciousness. It just keeps opening. Warrior two. Hands all the way down to the mat. Step back, down dog or vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Exhale, step forward. Warrior two. Rise up. Feet first. Check them out. And then arms can reach out. Maybe circle the wrists again. Or point your fingers down and then up. Just deliberately moving your wrist joint. All right. Left palm up, reverse warrior, couple of breaths. Side waist gets to open here. Warrior two, extended side angle. Oh, I want to use my block again. That was nice. more space in my hips and my spine longer with this little lift from the block. Strong back leg. 2 more. In and out. Last one. Warrior 2, rise up. As you inhale, exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower halfway or all the way. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward. Step or jump to the top. Halfway up. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Inhale, arms up. All the way up to stand, mountain pose. Strong legs. Exhale, hands through the heart. Fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway up. Crow pose. Number 2. Hands, check them out. Place them on the mat. Shoulder width distance or a little bit wider. The thumb and index finger, sometimes that space lifts up off of the mat. See if you can paste it down to the earth. And then knees up on your upper arm bones. Feel free to use your block again underneath your feet. Belly button draws in. One or both feet can lift. If you fall forward, you might be looking too far forward or your hips lifting too high. Spine is like cat pose. Just another 2 breaths. Looking straight down so the neck isn't pinching. Step or jump back and lower. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, knee to nose. Step forward, warrior 2, inhale. Hold as you exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Straighten your right leg. Triangle pose as you exhale, reach forward. Way out. And then right hand comes down onto something. Maybe use your block again. Deep fold in the right hip crease. Shoulder blades hug together towards your spine. It's really good action and strengthening for the back. Hugging your shoulder blades towards your spine. One more breath here. And press into your feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2. Back foot can wiggle back. Inhale, hands to the mat. Step back, down dog or vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lift, same on this side. Knee to nose. Step forward, warrior 2. Inhale. Hold as you exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Straighten your left leg. Triangle pose. Left hand onto something. Shoulder blades hugging. Breathing. Muscles active in your legs. So as we become more flexible, we also become stronger. Isn't that so cool? Press into your feet and rise up. Turn your toes to face the long right edge of your mat. Arms around behind your back. Interlace your fingers or hands on your hips. Inhale, lift your heart. Point your elbows behind you, opening the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Lift your shoulders. Maybe lift your one fist up towards the sky. And breathe here. Weight is in the balls of your feet. Head heavy.
Breath deep. One more. Lower your hands down. Press your hands to the mat. Lift your chest up. Soften your knees. Step or jump your feet together. I'm going to face you. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Utkatasana. Chair pose. Hands to your heart. Twist to your right. Elbow outside of your thigh. Palms come together. Hips low. Hips low. Lift your heels and lower your hips towards your heels. Hands come down onto the mat over to your right. Over to your right. So you can stay right here. If your knees don't like to be in flexion that much, you can lift your hips a bit. And working this twist and maybe turning it into another hand balance. So yes, just like plank, hands, fingers are spread wide, hands are shoulder width, distance apart, or a little wider. Right leg, outside of it, presses into your left upper arm. Start to shift your weight forward into your hands. Weight is even in the hands. And lifting your hips up. And it helps to have that right leg up as high as you can on your arm. And then maybe lift one or both feet up. And take a breath. And lower your feet down. And fold over your legs. They can get straight or standing forward fold. Shake it out. Chair pose. Hands to your heart. Twist to the left. Same thing. Press arm and leg into each other. Couple breaths here before we sit lower. I am aware that I haven't done these poses in a little while because of my shoulder injury. And because of my shoulder injury and the PT I did and the focus on the shoulder, lift your heels and lower down. I have more awareness in that area. It's pretty cool. All right, side curl on this side if you want it. Hands shoulder distance apart. Start to shift forward into your hands. Left leg wiggles up high on your right arm. Maybe one or both feet lift. Ooh, this side's wobbly. One more breath. And lower down, straighten your legs, standing forward fold. Hands on the mat, step or jump your feet wide. Walk to your left foot at the front of the mat. Step back to down dog or vinyasa. Good work. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe through child's pose to get there. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your right shoulder. Step outside of your right hand. Lower your back knee down. Right hand on your thigh, twist right. Back foot can lift if you'd like. You can also lower your left forearm down. Or lift. I like it better up on my hand. Yeah, never stuck. Can try something and like, not today. And do something different. Again, this practice helps us be more discerning. We are better at knowing what serves our being. Practicing self-mastery. Release your foot, step back to down dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to left shoulder. Step outside of your hand, back knee down, left hand on your thigh, twist left.
Back foot can lift. Heart up. Kristen, lift your heart up. And engage. Stay connected in your core. One more breath. Release your foot, lower your hand, step back to down dog or vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Side plank, right hand is your base. Right hand is a little bit in front of your right shoulder. Maybe lift your left leg. Maybe take hold of your shin bone or your big toe. Can consider straightening your left leg up. It's like triangle pose, just fallen into a side plank. Look at your right hand. And as best as you can, step your left foot up to next to your right hand. And lower your back knee. Shift your hips back. Straight-ish front leg. Half Hanumanasana, stay here, or wiggle your left heel forward, tuck your right toes and wiggle your leg back, and then you can use your block or pillow underneath your left hamstring as a nice support. And splits pose is called Hanumanasana, named after this really amazing, courageous monkey deity who had no long-term memory. He was punished because he didn't use his gifts wisely when he was a youngster. So the gods didn't trust him to have a long-term memory. So he would forget his greatness. And then he would, through his devotion, he would show up and do these amazing things and be blown away. Like, whoa, I didn't know I could leap from India to Sri Lanka. Tip over to the left. Right foot can come around to the inside of your left foot, or right foot behind you. You see that? Top of the foot is on the mat. Okay? And inner ankle wiggles up to your outer hip. Left hand can walk down the inside of your left leg. Reach your right arm up and side bend over. Another option, left hand can slide underneath your inner right thigh and connect with your ankle of the right foot. And there's a bit of leverage offered there. And just working this side bend, opening your waist there. 2 more breaths, compassionate breaths, devotional breaths. Rise back up. Swing your left foot around towards your right knee. Place your hands on the mat, the front of the mat. Step back to down dog or vinyasa. Wiggle, move as it feels good, as you need to. Plank on your breath in. Side plank, left hand is your base. Hand is slightly in front of your shoulder. You can always come in and out of it. And build the strength over time. Right foot can lift, hold your shin or piece fingers to your big toe. And right leg can reach up. That's trickier for me. Look down at your left hand and step your right foot up to the top of the mat. Lower your back knee to the earth. Shift your hips back. Right leg straightish. And stay or slide your foot forward. Heel presses down. Keep muscles of the leg strong. And wiggle your toes back. Hanumanasana, the great leap. into courageously leaping into uncertainty with an open heart and devotion on board, compassion, effort, and ease, and humility. Last breath here. And carefully falling onto your right hip. Same thing on this side. You can bring your left foot towards your right inner thigh, or left foot around behind you. Right hand walks down the inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up, side bend up and over. Right hand can wiggle underneath your inner thigh to hold your ankle. And then some leverage for that side bend. Spin your chest up. And you direct your breath. You harness it and send it to a place that serves you, inside of you. Where do you want the breath to go? One more. Inhale, rise up. Left leg swings around to the front of the mat. Soften your knees, arms reach out in front of you, and roll down to the earth behind you. Roll down. One more back bend, bridge pose to give our hands a break. You can do wheel if your wrists feel okay. Of course you can. You can also do supported bridge again. Peel your spine up off of the mat. I'm going to go for supported bridge. Prop can slide underneath your sacrum. And here for about 8 breaths. Extend, lengthen your exhales. Couple left. Lift your hips, slide the block out, roll your spine down. Cross your right ankle, place it on your left thigh into figure 4. Left knee hugs into your chest. And maybe arm balances at home is more inviting. Nobody, like we talked about the other day, nobody can see your wobbles. So courage might be more accessible. Switch your legs. And then we can become, we can flow that into life. The practice of caring less if anyone sees our wobbles. It's so liberating. And who doesn't have wobbles? I'd like to know, is there anyone? Legs go straight up and let your knees fall into your chest. Make a few circles in both directions. You can happy baby or take a twist. And then as you're ready, Shavasana. So a couple minutes of Shavasana and we'll finish with a chant that I'd love to share with you, and you're welcome to sing along. But before we do that, let's be here and rest. Let your heels drop.
and the muscles of the legs melt and soften. The bones of your pelvis sinking toward the earth. Belly soft. And all around the heart soft. Shoulders being supported by the earth under you. Your head resting on the mat. Take a few more breaths here. Awareness to your breathing. You can start to awaken your body in your own time. As you're doing that, I'm going to teach you the chant where we'll be singing. You can awaken and roll over and eventually find your way up to a seated position. And the chant today is a Hanuman chant, appropriately connected to our practice. And it goes like this: Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Okay, so I'll sing it and then I'll give you space to try singing it, and I'll whisper it in the background, and then I'll sing another line and then give you space. We'll do it like that for a little bit, okay? All right, here we go. So you're now in a seated position. And I'll start. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Your turn. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Okay, again. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Your turn. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Okay, we're going to try the whole thing 2 times through. So I'll go the whole thing and then you go the whole thing. Here we go. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Your turn. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. One more time. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. From the heart. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. One Om. Big breath in. Bowing our head toward our heart.
And may we remember this essence of Hanuman lives within us, our ability to leap forward with courage and devotion despite uncertainty, and capable of great things, all of us. All right, may we remember, and may our remembrance be of service to ourselves and to all beings. Thank you for practicing. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Please enjoy the day out there. Namaste. Jai.